So when it comes to training, how much training does a newbie officer get right now?
So I can just use me as an example. I was hired in May of 2005. I graduated the police academy in December of 2005, right? Right after that, I did post-orientation. After post-orientation, I had to do 4 months of riding along with different officers. The first officer I rode with was the last officer I rode with at the end. And the purpose of that is for the first officer that I ride with will see my improvement in the last month to see if he believes I am ready to be on the streets on my own or not. So it is an extensive program. I believe when you add all of that up, it's about 18 months. So it's a lot of training. And I know in one of our last panel discussions, someone mentioned you have attorneys that go to school for years, and here we have officers carrying guns that only do 6 months in the academy. But I can say, even as an investigator, dealing with attorneys that have gone to school for years, there's things that I had to enlighten them on because it takes experience as well. Just going to school, even my parents used to say that all the time, like, you know, I have experience. I may not have that college degree or all of that education, but you can't buy experience. So during the 18 months, we do learn a lot.
Gotcha. Sergeant Hendricks?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you talk about your experience so far in becoming an officer and getting to the sergeant rank?
My experience, I have some years here, so what exactly saying talk about my experience from becoming an officer to a sergeant, or just the whole experience in total?
Your experience from becoming just an officer to a sergeant. What roles have you held, and in what areas of the city?
Okay, in the beginning, I did all the same training as the commander said. I experienced being on midnights, afternoon shift, and morning, all three. My tenure of really been on the street, I started off in Liberty, the Model City area. You guys call it Liberty City. I was there in the afternoon shift, where it's very busy, which started at 3 p.m. to 1 a.m. Okay. So that experience was like 3.5 years.
Sarge thought too deep into that.
No, you want to know what I did. So I carried on my, I did patrol officer for a while, and then I went up into domestic violence. So I had domestic violence for like 4 years before I transitioned and became a sergeant. Though all those years encountering people, encountering situations, and I did hear you speak about domestic violence before, and those encounters are, everyone's situation is different, but the encounter, when you go there, you always have someone that's upset, and you always have someone that feel like they're the victim or is the victim. That I don't think that would change because of the pandemic, of having officers come to your house to diffuse the situation or tell you what rules should subside in your home. So that's basically the experience that I had here.
Thank you. Officer Pratt, can you give us some background on yourself?
Hello, everyone. I apologize for my tardiness. I had some issues with my vehicle and I was waiting for round tire. So
see, defunding the police. You see that? You see? You see?
We gotta get on Taya's job.
Well, my experience is, my path to police may be a little different because I did go to college first and I never thought of being a police officer. I received my master's degree in 2009 in social science, and I was always planning on being a teacher. I did do some teaching while I was in graduate school, but then when I moved back home, because I have older parents who have suffered from different illnesses, so I was forced to move back to Miami. I wanted to do something, and I was working within the area of academic advising, and I wanted to do more, simply. And so I decided on the path of police because I felt like this will put me in a position to have more of a hands-on experience in touching the lives of people more on a one-on-one basis, and that's exactly what I've gotten. Even in this position that I've been blessed to be in as the neighborhood resource officer in Overtown, me and my partner have been able to accomplish so much in regards to touching the lives of people in Overtown that I couldn't imagine anything else. And my father is a pastor, so I grew up with the experience of like how things that you do and the things that you say can have an effect on people's lives. So that's why I'm so passionate about this career. And I mean, I understand the things that are going on in television, and it's absolutely not correct, but because before this uniform or anything else, I am a Black woman. We are all, and we understand the trials and tribulations that Black people have suffered over the years. And we want to make that much of a difference too, because this isn't something that we enjoy, because one bad apple ruined it for everyone else. We see the things that have happened now. And I agree with the commander 110% when she speaks about the ill effects that defunding the police can have on the police department, because our department is far behind where we should be in this day and age. And if training is what officers need, then defunding the police wouldn't help that. Officers do need training. I feel that the city of Miami, although we may be behind technologically, we are far above and beyond when it comes to community policing. I feel like for the most part, we kind of have that down pack. And I actually told other people, I was like, I think police officers from other places should come to the city of Miami to learn how we do things, because the things that we deal with on a daily basis is foreign to them. We deal with people with mental health issues on a regular basis. We deal with drug addicts, and a lot of the positions that other officers have been in, we've been in those positions on a regular basis, and that we know how to handle it far different, because this is our experience. And I feel that people should come through a transitional stage within a city of Miami, and I feel like it will make a great difference in regards to dealing with people. So, I mean, I love it. I feel like it's a blessing, and I thank God for it every day.